What do you think of when I say genetic engineering? Do you think of plants and animals who have been modified to withstand harsh weather conditions? Or what about humans who have been modified to be responsible for superhuman feats of strength? This topic is not just for the realm of science fiction, as scientists are working on these technologies that will be able to produce such results. However, when humans are involved in such experiments, issues of ethics and morals come into play. Today, I will be talking to you about genetic engineering, and I will persuade you into understanding that genetic engineers should not be allowed to test on human DNA. This topic is important because implications of modifying human DNA are far too great to risk. I'll be talking to you about a greater social divide that will occur from these technologies, negative implications on the individual who has received genetic altering, and I will give you a counterexample to my claim. First of all, the price of these technologies will be fairly high and only the upper class will be able to afford them. This has the ability, as seen on nature.com, to create a genetic aristocracy and create new levels of discrimination on a genetic level. This has the potential of igniting a public outrage, as new levels of inequality will be produced. So now that I have told you about the greater social divide that has the potential to occur, I will tell you about the negative implications of genetic engineering. As seen on the Journal of Agricultural and Environmental Ethics, there was an experiment where pigs were modified to express greater hormonal growth. However, negative side effects ensued. Some formed arthritis and other disfigurements. They were unviable and either died or had to be killed. And these are just some of the negative implications that can occur from genetic engineering, because multiple genes are responsible for a physical trait, and so removing one or adding one can cause a cascade of effects, both positive and negative. So now that I have told you about the negative implications of genetic engineering, I will give you a counterexample to my position. Some may say that genetic engineering can be good for preventing diseases being passed down from parent to offspring. However, as seen on the National Center for Biotechnology Information webpage, there are alternatives to such a preventative measure. Rather than only going for genetic modifications, there are alternatives that do not require such modifications and that will produce the same desired result. So because of this, it can be seen that such technologies are unnecessary. So I have now told you about the greater social divide that will occur from genetic engineering on humans, the negative implications on the individual, and I have given you a counter to my claim and a rebuttal. So the next time you hear genetic engineering mentioned, make sure that it is only involving animals or plants, because the negative effects of genetically altering human DNA are far too great to risk.